What's up, everybody? Silver here with another Halo Master Chief Collection Achievement Guide. This time we're doing Pillar of Awesome, which is in Halo Combat Evolved, beat the par score on the level the Pillar of Autumn. So, to start off, I cut out the first part of this level because there's nothing to do really except for run to the bridge and you can't get any points there. You do want to do it as fast as possible though, so you get a time bonus, and we'll talk about that time bonus a little later. But to start off, you want to not run into this room too quickly, because the 3 grunts that spawn before this room that you pick up the pistol ammo in does not spawn if you go too quickly. But if you take a nice leisurely pace, you should be fine. But sometimes if you go super fast, they won't spawn and you won't get any pistol ammo there. So that's not cool. But as you can see, I took out those 2 elites on the far end once I came in here. I just switched to the old graphics because it's easier to see the shields on the elites flaring when you shoot them. It's kind of tough to tell if you're actually shooting them from far away if they're in the new graphics, so that's why I switched to the old ones here. You can see just taking them out. Things that will get up your score are the multipliers, which would be things like double kills are a form of multiplier. So you'll notice I think you get a 20% bonus on each kill after the first kill, as long as it's part of a multi-kill. So double kill, triple kill, overkill. When you go around this corner, throw a grenade at that door, as you can see I did, and it blows up all those people. Usually this elite doesn't come out and go this way, which is kind of weird. But just take him out. Hopefully you could pin him in there with a couple grenades. Unfortunately, he jumped out in this run through. Stick that guy. And I'm just going backwards for a second to grab this overshield. Other things that will get your multiplier up are things like killing sprees. So if you die, it's kind of a double negative, and not in a positive way. Double negatives make a positive, but not in this case. It's bad in 2 ways, because you lose 100 points whenever you die. Also, if you die, you reset your whatever spree you're on, so that kind of hurts you in 2 ways there. You want to keep the spree going as long as you can. As you can see here, I kind of wrapped around the side of these people. They're kind of distracted by the Marines that they're shooting at towards the left. So that way I could get a couple sticks in fairly easily. And at this point you could pretty much run by everyone, but I'm killing as many people as I can, obviously, to get as many points as I can. So you could turn on skulls, which makes the level harder, but it also increases your general multiplier. So all the kills will give you more points. So you want to kind of choose carefully when you pick a skull. I believe the iron skull is the best one to do that with. And by best one, I mean I think it gives you the highest multiplier, but obviously that's a tough skull to deal with, because if you die, then you get reset to the beginning of the level. However, if you die and then hit start and immediately save and quit, and then you hit resume, it'll bring you back to your last checkpoint. So that might be something you want to do if you're having trouble getting enough points, is throwing the iron skull on and then using that workaround, because then you'll kind of get a free multiplier ultimately. The only annoying thing about that would be is every time you die you have to hit start and save and quit, and then load up the menu and then load up the level again when you hit resume. So it takes like a couple minutes, so it's kind of a hindrance there. But this hallway I like to throw a grenade right there, plasma grenade, and usually it kills a couple people at least, like it did there, because they come out of that doorway there. Another skull you might want to add on in this level is fog, which takes away your radar. Normally you want your radar, of course, but in this level it's all hallways, so you generally know where the people are. So it's not like no one's going to be coming up behind you unless you run past a few people, but like I'm doing right now. I just stuck that guy, but it hit his plasma rifle, and it fell right off. Not cool, man. So this room, if you have plenty of score by now, is a good one to just skip, but I'm not doing that. I usually skip this room, as you can see I did. I went up 75% of the stairs, and then I jumped off to the side to kind of cut part of that commute off. But anyway, another good skull to throw on if you're having trouble with points is Famine. Famine makes any weapon dropped by an AI have half the ammo it normally would. But generally, I'm not picking up any AI weld weapons. AI wielded weapons? How do you say that? Weapons that were weld or wielded by AI. Most of the ammo I'm picking up in this level is already set there, and it's not dropped by anybody. So all that ammo will still be at full capacity. You will see me occasionally pick up a plasma pistol just to noob some people. But for the most part, I'm just sticking with my pistol and plasma grenades. And some assault rifle sprinkled in. Assault rifle peppered in. Salt, pepper. Did I say peppled? What am I saying? Anyway. So Famine is a good option for this to increase your score. Fog is a good one. And Iron if you want to do that workaround for the Iron Skull. Or just don't die. That would help too. And lastly, we're going to rely heavily on the time bonus at the end of this level. As you'll see, I'm not going to get the 17,000 par score for this level with just my base score. We're going to rely on the time bonus multiplier to get that up and over the par score. The most you could get is a 3 times multiplier. So if I ended with 10,000 points and I got everything done quickly and I got the full part or the full time multiplier, it would be 30,000, because 3 times 10,000 is, say it with me kids, 30,000. So that's how that works. And obviously the longer you take, I believe if you go anything over par time, then it starts dropping from 3 all the way down to 1. If you take too long, you don't get any time bonus. So that's something to take into account. You don't want to just take your time and pick people off, because that will hurt your score ultimately in the long run. This hallway, almost stuck that elite. That would have been nice. You don't have to keep poking your head out of these tiny hallways. You could actually go around to the right, which I'm going to do in a second. Down here. And that way you're not kind of in a choke point and at a disadvantage. Just run on down here, and now you got some room to work with. Oh man, they dodged. This is not ESPN the Ocho. You're supposed to take it like a wrench. Dodgeball reference, anybody? Alright. So just continue on your merry way. There's a few elites at the end of this hallway. And I keep missing the sticks. You can see me again. I'm picking up a plasma rifle. Even though I said I don't pick up too many dropped weapons, and I stand by that. I only pick up a couple throughout the level. And obviously the plasma weapons are very good at taking down the shields of the elites, so that's why I'm using it here. It's better than going at them with my assault rifle, so. And we're back where we started. This is the beginning of the level down there. We haven't made any progress. we're supposed to be getting off this ship, and we're really not doing a very good job of that. Can't the Master Chief just break through that glass? Anyway, that elite at the end of that hallway that finally exploded. Usually there's an explosion earlier than that. I was kind of banking on that, but it didn't happen. Killed those grunts. I'm turned around now because I was taking a little longer than usual with those grunts. This is the third to last encounter. If you... I don't know. It depends how you break it up. But anyway, there's an elite that usually likes to hide behind that cover right there, and he's easy to stick through that doorway. And you got some cover yourself from him, since those two boxes are turned over right there. You got your people down there. And to the right, there's going to be some grunts down a hallway as well, so don't forget about them. Because they could take your shield down, or even worse, they could throw a grenade at you and stick you, and then you're dead. There they are. Just a couple grunts having a good time. And we got one more elite down here, and then the last section where we just throw a bunch of grenades. This elite likes to give me trouble sometimes. I'm just playing it nice and cautious, because I have a good time going. So I don't got to worry about that. And I don't want to die, because I haven't died yet, so. If you die too much, you actually start accumulating 0 points for every kill. So that's something you want to avoid, because obviously if you're accumulating 0 points and you don't have enough score yet, you will not get the score you need. So, but that's it, guys, and here is my post-game Carnage report showing my time and my multiplier and everything. See, my time multiplier on the top right is 3, which is awesome. Playing on Legendary gives you a 4 multiplier. And there I go. Ended with 30,000-ish. So that's well over 17,000. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Click like and subscribe, and I'll see you later for more.